Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to do a scar or cut tutorial. So first, the things that you will need are water activated paints. I'm using the Wolfe Base Art and FX Essentials palette, and I'm going to use the brown, red, dark blue. I won't use the light blue, a little bit of green, black, and purple. Next, you will need liquid latex. I just have very generic brand liquid latex that is very low in ammonium, so it's good for the eyes. Next, you'll need water, your color foundation, a BB blender, popsicle stick, sponge, cotton ball, uh, brushes to use that you don't mind getting messed up, foundation brush, and two fluffy brushes. Then a powder that is tinted or translucent, whichever one works. Mine is very broken, so we're just going to ignore that and move on. So first, you're going to pour the liquid latex that is very stinky into a disposable cup that you can dispose of later. You do not need a lot of this, but a little goes a long way. Then you're going to take a chunk of the cotton ball, and I literally took the smallest piece possible because I was doing a small cut, and I wanted to be able to have it look realistic without it being over. I didn't want it to be too big. So taking the liquid latex and the popsicle stick, you're going to apply the latex in a line where you want the cut. Then you're going to apply the cotton over it and then put latex over that again. This allows the cotton to flow better into your skin, and it allows it to look more realistic, even though this is one of the least realistic cut moves that you can do. It's easy for somebody who needs cheap and easy tutorials. So as you see here, I am pulling up the inside of the latex so that when I form the other side of the cut, it is able to have an open kind of wound. And on the outside of it, I am trying to blend in the latex with the cotton with my skin so that it looks a little bit more realistic. Then I'm taking the cotton and I'm matching it up, making sure that the other side works to where it is, and I'm closing up the wound with the latex. And then I will apply the cotton over that, and then latex over that again. As you see here, the latex, you just want to make sure that it A, connects to the first piece, and B, it'll look like a cut when you're done. So, like I said, cotton, more latex, and building it up. So once you have it overlaid, I suggest that you may want to go on the inside of the latex to allow the wound to really look open, and you can shape it any way you want. It's pretty much just a big guessing game and fixing of the actual scar. As you see here, I shape it many times to try and fix it, and then I put latex on the bottom of it, trying to blend it into my skin once more. So as you see, I went back up in the top and I fixed it again. But now the real waiting game begins. The thing that sucks about cotton and latex is that it takes forever to dry. I think it took me a total of 15 minutes just so it became tacky, and that was only the top half, and I think it took me a total of 20 minutes for it to come like this, where it was almost dry and I can start to work on it. Once it was completely dry, I took my powder and a fluffy brush and I briefly washed over it with the powder. This is to allow any shine to go away, and so that the skin can, your new skin can kind of blend in better. So using the foundation, you go over the latex part, and that's just so you can reduce any yellowness that the cotton brought up. So it blends better into your skin tone and not a yellow skin tone. So taking a coarse brush and some of that brown water paint, you are going to dab that over the area just so that, again, you can get rid of the white tones, the white yellow tones. And as you see, you may have it super dark, which you may not want, so you can blend that out as soon as it's still wet, because the paint I have tends to dry fast, which is a blessing and a curse. So using the same brush and a purple, I dabbed over that. I dabbed over the scar, focusing on that, and then over the brown of where I just put. Then I extended it out a little bit longer from where the actual cut was, so it looked irritated, and then I blended that out with my finger once again. Then I tried to use a little bit of water to blend in the colors a little bit more, but I realized that that didn't really work well, so I had to go back in with the same colors. And I added too much water on my fingers, so I had to dab it over. So using another thick coarse brush, and a blue color, I use dark blue. You can dab over that just to add a little bit more irritation and to allow it to look a little bit more natural, blending as you go and adding more colors as you move. So now using the same brush in a red color, you're going to do the same thing to really add in irritation. In hindsight, I feel like I should have gone away from the bruise. Oh, look at that I just did. Away from the irritation and allow it to look a little bit better. I'm using a sponge here instead of my finger because I didn't allow it to dry. I allowed it to dry before I can actually blend. So I put a little bit of water on and then I blended that out. So using the same brush and regular water, I thinned out the edges so that it looked very realistic and that it was able to blend into my skin well. So taking a small flat brush and some of that red, you want to put it on the inside of the cut. This allows it to look a little bit more realistic, and as you can see, I'm putting it over the skin flaps so that that looked a little bit more irritated and bloody as well. And taking a bigger brush, I went in with some of that red and that purple to go on the inside of it and allow it to darken the red so it wasn't just bright red on my skin color. And I dabbed it around the edges, and with this brush, with the foundation brush, I add a little bit of water and I'm blending again like I did before. Now, in hindsight, you don't have to have a really irritated scar. I chose to have a really irritated scar, but if you do light brown and maybe a little bit of red and pink, depending on your skin color, then it will be a fresh scar. This is more of an irritated, like I got punched or something. I don't really know. So now you see me going back in with a dark, either brown or purple. I honestly can't remember, because I thinned out the paint too much, which caused it to look fake, and you could see the latex through it. So now here's where the tutorial goes down. I added green, which you can if you want, but I added too much water, which really thinned out to the point where I saw the latex through, and you can see it. So then I had to go back with purples, browns, reds, trying to build up the color that I just had before, but it ended up getting way too dark. And as you see here, I didn't realize how much product I had on my brush, so it's very, very red. And I tried it. As you see, I'm trying to blend it in and blend it away from the bruise, so it looks a little bit better. But yeah, I messed up. So don't worry, I will teach you how to fix this though. So I guess just keep adding color. I guess I thought if I kept adding more reds and purples and such, and if I go back into the sky with the red, then it'll allow it to look better. In hindsight, this is way too dark. I don't think anything would be this dark when it comes to the sky. And now I'm going in with, I think, blue? Why did I put blue? I don't even know, guys. I put some blue or purple, I think. Yeah, it's purple. I put some purple in there to darken it better, and once it was dry, to fix it, I put my foundation. I think I did a final of like 3 or 4 coats of foundation, and I didn't have any on that day, so I put it all over my face so it could blend in easier. And you can see that it reduces the color a lot, but I really didn't want it to look like I was just road burn. So I tried to blend it into my skin as best as I could, but still having the effect of the cut. So now you see that I am going over the newly found skin flaps so that you can still see that yes, this is a piece of skin, and yes, it will be highlighted so you can see it. And now you see me going over it for I think the third or fourth time just to lighten it up. Um, and now to really lighten it up, I'm using pink around the edges and the center of it. And I think I used a little bit of white mixed with the pink so that it would allow it to look a little bit irritated as it was supposed to before I messed up and make it look better. So taking a thin angled brush, I really got into the red to make sure that the red and the purples underneath where the cut is would show up better once I put the blend. Granted, you don't need to do all this work, but it's just a better back coating so you can have it. So taking a thin brush that you don't mind getting dirty, and any type of blood, I happen to make my own, just make sure it's drippy, put it in the wound and allow the product to bunch up on the end of it so that it can drip down your face so it looks very realistic. I didn't want one drip, I wanted a couple. I was originally going to go for 3, but I thought 2 would be better. So I tried to add more and more product onto the brush, and I tried, as you can see, trying to get it down to the middle, and when it finally happened, hallelujah, it was great to see. But I did have to draw it on a little bit so you can see it. So here's the final product. Even with my mess up, it still looks very good. Like I said before, everything before the green looks fine, but if you mess up, here you go. So I hope you guys enjoyed my video. Please like, comment, and subscribe on what you want to see next.